It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Hi guys, it's morning here. Like I just woke up and I saw my mom in the garden with the guy that takes care of the garden for her. And I'm like, yes. I need to do a vlog on the farm as a farm girl. I consider myself a farm girl because I was born as a farm girl. My father had a job, my mom had a job or still has a job. But gardening, growing plants, having things like chicken, fish, turkey, chicken, ram, goats. It was part of my life. There's always chicken in my house. There's always something they are growing in my house, beside my house, around my house, or something. So my the guy that was checking the farm came around, and my mom followed him here. And I was like, yeah, this is actually a good opportunity to show you guys how I grew up. Like that's why I love vegetables so much, because vegetables, fruits, and everything is always growing around me growing up. So, anyways, I want to show you our farm today and show you plants that we have and the ones that I like and what I actually love about this whole having a garden or having a farm. As much as I don't have a farm or a garden right now, I know that in the future I'm going to definitely have something like this, even if it's not as big as this. I'm going to have something like this just beside my house or around my house. So, and we've had this garden for over 10 years, if I can remember. We've been living in this quarters now for over 20 years, I think, or almost 20 years. So I said, you know what, let me show you guys the plants we have in this garden, the plants that I was enjoying day to day as I was living in my parents' house. We have different type of plants and herbs on this garden. So we have two types I'm going to actually be showing you. The normal plants like water leaf, ugu, um, green, shoko, many plants, even peppers, types of peppers we actually have on this garden. I'll be showing you that type, and I'll also be showing you herbs that we're using for agbo. And if you don't know what agbo is actually like a concoction or a mixture of different plants that are very medicinal, that is used for treating one illness or the other. So stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, because I promise you today is going to be fun and exciting. And oh my god, I love the wind. Can you hear the sound? Oh god, I love the wind right on this garden. I've not even had my bath and it's like 8 o'clock, so I just want to quickly do this vlog. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to this channel so that we can get started. If you haven't seen water leaf before, water leaf is actually, this is water leaf, and water leaf is actually used for cooking soup like edikankon. Is also used for cooking food like water leaf. So there's a whole lot of water leaf on this farm. Like I think I'll say most part of this farm is actually covered with water leaf. You can see. So there are other plants in between them, but water leaf is the major part of this farm. So with this, we're able to cook fresh soup every time. I remember growing up, my mom would always say, oh, go to the farm, go to the bar, go and get water leaf, and then we'll pluck a lot of water leaf we're using for soup like edika and corn. It's always from our farm. I have never ever remembered the time where we bought water leaf from the market. We always have water leaf at the back of the house or the garden. No matter where we live, we're always having one small farm or the other, one small garden or the other. Okay, so I'm going to show you another one, and the next one I'll be showing you is actually ugu. So ugu is actually more on this part here. Let me show you. So this is actually ugu leaf. And there's a lot of ugu, you can see. There's a lot of ugu. It's planted in between the water leaf, but this is actually it here. So you can see ugu. So we've always had ugu. Like, we don't buy leaves, we don't buy water leaf, we don't buy ugu, we don't buy ephedrine, that's scent leaf, we don't buy bitter leaf. So ugu is actually very healthy. It has a lot of nutrients, so I don't want to start calling nutrients that it doesn't have. But I remember that whenever I'm sick, or maybe like they said I need to take blood tonic or something like that, my mom will come to the farm very quickly, get ugu, wash it very well, and then she'll squeeze out the water, add some milk. For Nigeria, if you're Nigerian, you know that bitter ugu, that's pumpkin leaf, is actually and milk is actually every Nigerian home blood medicine. If doctors say you need blood medicine, it's the fastest things that they would usually go and get. And somehow this thing actually works. I don't know how come, but it actually works. So this is actually ugu. A lot of ugu is on this farm that I'll be showing you, so just hold on, let me turn this thing around. From like the beginning of that part here and all these parts down here is actually the freshest one here. Let me just come over. You can see very pretty fresh ugu. This is actually ugu leaf, and it's also called pumpkin leaf. You can see. So my mom has someone that usually take care of it for her, and we alone can't definitely eat this. So neighbors come, please, I want to cut ugu. So ugu is very, very nutritious. It's high in iron, actually, iron and zinc. I think I remember this one. So one other plant we have is actually pineapple, and this is the pineapple here. You can see the plant. This ugu has actually come all around the pineapple, but this is actually a pineapple tree. So by the time it grows, my dad is actually in charge of this one. So by the time the pineapple grows, my dad will be the one that will come and harvest it himself, and he'll be like, Latifa, okay, come and build this pineapple. So it doesn't actually produce much. Maybe like three. Some of them we just produce just one at a time, but it's really, really, really nice. I enjoy the fact that we get a lot of our farm produce from our comforts, from the back of our house. It's one thing that I've learned growing up since like I was a baby. Before, and every place we actually moved to, my dad is always looking for one small corner that he can do his plant thing. And I think he's the one that actually influenced my mom with it, because he was doing mostly fruits. He would plant orange, even maybe before the orange gets to like grow big and is producing fruit. Maybe before we move out of there, sometimes these things maybe they are just producing, so we can't move our orange, but we'll have things like pineapple. I remember pineapple is very, 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 very always there. Banana, sugar cane. There is no sugar cane on this garden, but we always have sugar cane growing up before, but there is no sugar cane here. So let me show you another plant again that I don't like, but my mom likes it. So here is bitter leaf. So bitter leaf is very bitter, like the name applies, is very bitter, but we use this for cooking soup, like bitter leaf soup, or we are adding it to a goosey. My mom adds it to a lot of Nigerian soup. So we just come here and cut the little that we want to use at that time, and we just cut it and we use it. So bitter leaf is mostly planted at the edge of the the garden, like round a bed, because they like heap it up. It's called a bed. So you can see bitter leaf is here, bitter leaf is here, bitter leaf. So it's just planted at the edge of the garden round. So another plant I'm going to be showing you is ephedrine. You can know it as ephedrine, or you know it as scent leaf. I think it's actually called in Chawu. Is it in Chawu in Igbo? Yoruba people are the ones that call it ephedrine, and then a lot of people know it as scent leaf. And you can see this very, very beautiful one. Can you see this very pretty one? Yes. So this one is actually scent leaf. There is scent leaf soup for like, it's like black soup. So my grandma, when she comes around, will normally come and get a lot of scent leaf from the garden. We use it for cooking scent leaf soup. You can also add this to your black soup, the one that you use the bitter leaf, which is actually this one here, scent leaf, and is it oziza leaf? Yes, you blend them together. They use it for cooking black soup. So scent leaf is a very, very, very important plant on this garden, because we add it to our pepper soup. A lot of things, I think up to like 4 things we use scent leaf for cooking. When I came, I still made pepper soup 2 or 3 days ago, and I just had to come to the backyard, and I came to cut the scent leaf without having to buy a lot from the market and then not use everything. So scent leaf is a very, very, very important plant on this farm. So let me show you other ones. What my mom usually do is that she'll just plant it at different strategic location inside a bed, and some of them actually grow on their own, you know, because of what do they call this thing, the seeds just fall on a part, or maybe like animals like birds. I don't know, there used to be a name they call it in secondary school that I don't know, but I can't remember rather. But so she just plant it in between, and some of them will germinate on their own, maybe because the seed fell around there. So this one here, like I said, is ephedrine. So this is ephedrine, and this is another one here. This is actually another one here, and you can see how the leaves are so beautiful. Can you see the leaves? You can see how pretty the leaves are. This is ephedrine, and ephedrine is really, really very medicinal. I also remember that whenever we have like stomach pain, my mom would get ephedrine and just wash it, give you to drink, and somehow this thing works. I don't know how come, but it actually really works. So another plant that we have on this farm is pepper. We have those very tiny pepper that, let me show you one here. So this is the pepper that we have. You can see how green and beautiful it is. So this one is actually the very tiny one. We have that other Scotch bonnet pepper, but I don't think we have anyone currently on the farm. I will just check around. So this one are these tiny ones. You can see how really tiny the peppers are, and some of them are actually red and ripe. They are supposed to be harvesting it, but I don't know. This is a whole lot of them down here. Can you see it? We have like some of them are still green, but a lot of them are actually red in on this shrub, this plant. So we usually use this one for cooking something like ekuru. Ekuru is actually this white moi moi. If you've never tried ekuru before, I think I should do a video of that. Well, anyways, this is the pepper we normally use growing up. My neighbor will bring this from our farm, and it is very, 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 very spicy. She brings it from, she has a very big farm, not like a garden like this one. She has a very, very big farm. So she usually brings this one, and we make ekuru and this pepper sauce, and it's always very, very, very magnificent. Like, it's very, very nice. She says that she's from Osun State, so she says this is actually the type of pepper they use for making ekuru sauce. So this is very pretty, right? I think it's very pretty. Okay, let me look for another pepper, because we have a longer pepper somewhere around here. I saw the guy bringing out from the farm. A lot of plants have, a lot of insects have actually eaten it, but I'll actually look for it and show you. So let me move over there. Other one I showed you at the other side is the very tiny one. This one is actually Scotch bonnet pepper. I didn't even know that we have the Scotch bonnet pepper, or the one they call habanero pepper. And the tree is actually very, very big. You can see this one here is growing as well. Can you see it? This one, I think this one is just growing. But this flower that you can see here, this is what will actually grow into this Scotch bonnet pepper or habanero pepper. So let me see under here if I'll see. Yes, you can see this one. Can you see this one already growing? There's not much on the, there's not much on this I don't know if I should call it a tree, or I should call it like, it's looking like a tree, looking like a shrub. So there's not much on it, but this one is actually getting ripe as well. And I think I've seen, I can spot another one. Yes, see this one here. Can you see this one here? This one as well is growing. So if maybe you want to cook something like indomie, one very fast indomie like that, you can just come here and get pepper from the garden, and you just make whatever you want. So there is always this thing available in the house, and that's why I love home. I wish that in the future I'll be able to do something like this. So here's another pepper. Actually, I think this is the one they call shombo or bawa. You can see this one is all green. I saw the guy that takes care of the farm for my mom bringing out some red ones that some birds or something are actually eating. So you can see how this one is growing nicely. So you're supposed to actually come to the farm every time, every day. If you find anyone already ripe rather, or red, you just pluck it off. But I don't know. So the ones he showed me this morning was actually very not so nice, not so red, not so ripe. But this one is the bawa shombo. I think it has other name, like a long chili. Let me just show you this one. I didn't plan to actually pluck this one off, but it just came off as I was holding it. So okay, so I just saw something else that I have not showed you. So I just spotted another pepper, but let me show you the pepper first, since we're talking about pepper right now. This pepper is the pepper they call the yellow pepper. The Ocean Suka is yellow, is not that red type of pepper, and this is it here. Yellow pepper here. This one is different from the normal Scotch bonnet pepper. This one they call it Ocean Suka. It doesn't grow into red pepper, it grows into yellow pepper, and it has a very, very, very beautiful aroma. And we use this for cooking things like egusi, ogbono, edikaikong, generally all local soup. But it's very, very, very peculiar to the Igbo people in Nigeria than any other tribe. The Hausa or Yoruba is very, very common among the Igbo people. So you can see it's green right now on this one here, but it won't become red. It will just become this deep orange color or yellow, I don't know. This is actually orange color, so this one is actually Ose in Suka. So somehow I have discovered that we have four peppers on this farm. This yellow one, this one on my hand, the tiny pepper, and the regular Scotch bonnet pepper or habanero pepper. And I'm going to be showing you tomato right now. I just spotted tomato, so I'm just going to show you tomato. I don't think we usually have tomato like that per se, but I can see tomato here and I'll show you tomato. So this is tomato here. This is what the leaf of tomato looks like. If you haven't seen the plant tomato before, this is tomato. And this one is not growing anything right now. I remember in Abuja, on my friend's, he had a small garden he wasn't really doing anything with, so I planted tomato on it and it was really nice. It grew really, really nice and fine. So, but I've not had space to grow anything like that ever again. So this is actually the flowering plant of tomato. This is where the tomato will actually come out from, just like I showed you from the pepper. The pepper works just like this. It will have all this flower and then the pepper will come out from this. So this one as well, the flower will come out just like this, and this is where the tomato will actually grow out from. And somehow I love the plant of tomato. It is beautiful, is different from others. It doesn't have those dark green color, and I like the way the body of the plant, it looks as if it's going to have like spikes, but it doesn't have spikes. So really I love tomato. So I think it's just one or two that is growing here right now. Let me see. But you see this one or two that is growing, it can actually grow more than this, and it can actually produce a lot more than you just see that, oh, you have just one or two. You can see this one as well has flower here. So if the tomato grows and one falls on the floor, the next thing you find, all this place is filled with a lot of tomatoes. Just spotted cassava leaf. If you've never seen cassava before, cassava leaf is this one. I know they use cassava leaf for cooking some soup. That should be and there's a soup in the water side of Ondo State. They call it Maribo soup. It has many leaves. Cassava is one of the leaves they use, and cassava is actually where we get our gari from. So it grows into like very big, it grows big. It's like a root plant anyway. I don't know how to really say much, but this is what cassava leaf look like, or cassava plants look like. And there are two types of cassava plants. Just by looking at this one, I know that this one is going to produce the white cassava. We have the white cassava and the red cassava. Looking at the plant only, I can tell you that this is a white cassava because of how the leaf look like and the color of the leaf. The red one usually have this like red color on the skin, red color. This stem would have been red color and this plant would have been red color. So this is definitely a white. You can see this cassava is actually red. Some cassava are red and some of them are actually white. I found this one in my neighbor's compound, so that's what I'm showing you guys. It's different from the other white one. So if you've never seen how cassava is being grown, or cassava tree, let me know if you have seen it. Let me know if you haven't seen it. And if you haven't seen it, well, this is it. This is what cassava that is used for making eba, gari. There's another one, pukuru. This is what cassava looks like. Okay, just beside it, I can spot one of my very favorite thing that I love to eat, which is cocoyam. And if you haven't seen my market vlog, please check out my market vlog. So this is cocoyam here. So if you have never seen cocoyam, this is what cocoyam looks like. It can grow into very big plants. This is still growing, it's still a baby, but basically this is what cocoyam looks like. So this cocoyam is actually different from the cocoyam that they use for thickening soup. That's the one they use for thickening soup, like fisherman soup, or there are other soup, the eastern soup, the Igbo soup that they use cocoyam to thicken. This one is different. This one is actually the one that we eat. You can boil it and eat it with palm oil or with a sauce. You can also boil it and pound it like the way you pounded yam. They use it for eating soup. So it's like a swallow for eating soup. So this is actually the cocoyam. And if you've not seen my market vlog, I talked about buying cocoyam in the market and how expensive it is. So this cocoyam is cocoyam as well. If you've lived in Lagos, or you know, in Lagos mostly they sell these cocoyam chips. This is where they get the cocoyam from. This big, it comes in white and red, just like the way cassava comes in white and red. So you peel it and then you use like a mandolin or a slicer and just grate it and you fry it. So cocoyam is really, really nice. I love fried cocoyam. As much as I'm trying not to do fried food, I remember those ones. I fried some of them and I also used the oven to make some of them. And I didn't like the one from the oven. I didn't like the one from the oven at all because I don't know, it was not giving me cocoyam vibe like that. So I had to fry the remaining one with oil. So that's it. Okay, so we have plantain, and if you can look over there, you will see plantain tree. There's another plantain right in front of me here. And okay, so we have like, there's one here in front of me, plantain. There's another one there. There's another one there. I think those ones over there are actually banana, but I'll show it to you. And this one is plantain as well. Okay, so you can see this plantain is already growing. See it. Let me zoom without compromising quality. So this is the plantain here. So as soon as it gets big and big enough, actually, you would bring it down, and like I said, it's going to be plantain festival everywhere. So, and we have this very big pawpaw tree here. I remember this pawpaw tree from a long time because my dad would come and get pawpaw from here. It wasn't as tall as this then, but my dad would cut pawpaw from this and he'd be like, go and peel it, let's eat. And you know, we'll be doing our father-daughter thing over pawpaw. So, and he knows I like very crunchy pawpaw. I don't like pawpaw that is actually soft. These ones are not growing very well. You can see they're already ripe, yet they are very, very small. The one over there, can you see it? And I just spotted, I can see like a baby papaya or pawpaw. This one is actually how pawpaw starts to grow. You can see how small it is. This is actually like a small tiny pawpaw. I'm very, very certain that nobody planted this one here. I'm sure the seed fell down here, fell on the ground here as well, and you can see like pawpaw is already growing. So it's really, really cool to be able to spot pawpaw. And also, while I was talking right now, I'm seeing another pawpaw growing again. So this one again as well is pawpaw. And this is the banana tree I was talking about here. This one is actually banana, because banana does not grow into like tall tree. They usually are shorter than the plantain. The plantain grows up very, very tall like this, and then banana are usually shorter. I don't know if they are like tall banana trees, but the banana that I always see are short, very short banana. They just stay on the ground like this. And just beside it here is the plantain. And see this plantain as well. This plantain as well is growing. So this one will just grow up nicely and would have a lot of banana. Sometime around October, November, this one would have grown nicely. I think we're in maybe say about 3-4 months time, anyways, 3-4 months time, because plantains are usually very, very, very plenty during the end of the year, or at the end of the year rather. I just spotted F4. F4 is African spinach. F4 is spinach leaf. Some people call it spinach leaf, some people call it African spinach, but I just spotted F4 on the garden, and this is what F4 looks like. This F4 that you're just seeing here, that is just one F4, it will grow into so many. This one has actually been infested by some insects. They're already eating it up. But this F4 can actually grow without us getting anything from it. And when the seed grows up and maybe the seed falls all over this floor, it will grow into so many that will be enough to cook like 2 or 3 or 4, 5 times safe. So this F4, they can actually still treat it. They can treat this F4 leaf with pesticide, and it will grow up nicely. But if they don't do anything to it, it will just the insects will just keep eating it up, but it will still be growing. And once the flower comes out and gets really dried, it will fall on the floor and germinate, and then we'll have more F4 all over the place. I know we have chocolate leaf somewhere around there. I saw it there. Well, I'm going to show you. So this is actually chocolate leaf, and it's a family of green. They call one F4 tete and F4 what? This one as well over there is the other green I showed you. You can see they're even kind of close to each other. That one is the green, and this one is also infected as well, just like the one I showed you over there. And this one is actually chocolate leaf. Chocolate leaf, I don't think it sells as much as the other green African spinach sells, but I can't remember the last time I even ate this one safe. It's not I don't know why a lot of people don't like it. I don't like it anyway, and I noticed that they don't sell as much as they sell of the other one, like this one. This one doesn't sell as much as the other one sells, rather. So this is shoko. I don't know if this one is the one they call tete, but this is shoko. I think that one is tete. This one is shoko. Yeah, this is tete. This one is shoko. So this is shoko leaf. If you have not seen shoko leaf, so I just like home here because you don't get to buy a lot of plants and you get them fresh. You know what went into it. Did you add manure? Did you add like fertilizer? You know everything that went into your plant. That is why I absolutely love like home. Cooking at home is always very, very fun. But right now I want to talk about things we have on the farm that I know that we use for medicine, because I know my dad is big on herbs. Every time I'll be like, oh, my stomach is paining me, my dad will be like, go and cut this leaf and cut that leaf and use this leaf and use that leaf. So I really want to show you plants that we have right here that we didn't plant. They grew all by themselves, that we use for one illness or not, or one ailment or not. And some of them I've known them all by myself from going to school. My friends tells me about them, so I'll be showing you, and I'll also be telling you what they can cure. And the first one that I can see right now is the tree they call dogoyaro. Dogoyaro has another name that I can't remember, but it's very, very popular for treating malaria. So let me show you. So this is actually dogoyaro tree. It's, in fact, it's all over here. This is dogoyaro tree here. This is dogoyaro tree here, and this is also dogoyaro tree here. And let me just move closer. All this part is actually dogoyaro tree. We didn't plant any of this one, and we didn't plant any of all these things that are here. They just grew all by themselves because I don't know, it's very popular around all these places. And if you check all over to this, these are free land. Nobody's using all this land, so you can just, if it's beside your house, at the back of your house, you can just pick a space and then you start planting. But anyway, this is dogoyaro tree here, and this is what the leaf is. This is what the leaf look like. I know in the 70s, 80s, this was one of the things that they discovered could take care of malaria, and they use it for curing malaria. I personally have cut this and placed this into my pot and used it for cooking agbo. We call it agbo. I'll add it with other things like maybe the bark. So I could just come and cut the bark of the tree and the leaf of the tree. I'll add other things into it, and then I'll make my own agbo. And somehow it cures the illness. You become better. But one thing I don't like about agbo is because we don't actually know we don't know the right measurement. So you could actually be overdosing, and you wouldn't even know, because you're just drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking. You don't know if it is causing you any harm. Yes, you know that it's actually curing your illness, but you don't know if it's what other harm that is causing you. And then I started hearing that there are toxins in some of these things that needs to be like cleared away, or I don't know, it has to be filtered out, but we don't know how to do that. So we just take these and drink it until, you know. So anyways, this is actually dogoyaro tree, and it is used for treating malaria. That I'm very, very, very sure, because I've taken it so many times. Okay, we have this leaf here. They call it ewe akintola if you're Yoruba, and they call it independent leaf. This one here, they use this one also for treating I think fever. Let me just come closer to it. They use this one for treating fever. We cut this one into pot, and it works really, really well too. I know this one, but I know when I was in primary school, if you have let's say you cut yourself or you bruise yourself, what we usually do is that we'd cut a little part of it, and then we'd use our hand to rub it very, very, very quickly, and then we'll place it on your wound, and somehow the bleeding actually stops. I don't know what the leaf contains, but the bleeding actually stops. This particular one, I am very, 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 very certain. So it's used for making agbo, and is also used for treating like wounds. I've seen it's being used for treating wounds, so I'm very, very sure of this ewe akitola. And a lot of people consider this particular leaf as they consider this as grass, weed. They actually take it off their land, but we leave ours because if we want to make agbo, and sometimes it's not just about us, it's about our neighbors as well. They want to make agbo. Sometimes it's not just about our neighbors as well, it's also about our family and friends, because we have some family member that come and they'll be like, I'm going to get agbo before I leave, and they'll come to the farm here because they also know about this plant. They'll come to the farm as well, and they'll cut all these plants by themselves, take it home, cook it, and then use it for their own agbo. So that's how I know about that. So we have another one here. Is actually the moringa, and I actually made moringa tea for my mom today because I have a friend that says that he drinks moringa tea and it helps him in reducing his blood pressure. And there's also a salad they call jogole salad, because they call moringa jogole in Hausa. So this is actually moringa tree here. This one is already dying, but it's still going to come up again, because once this seed falls down, it will germinate and you have like a very fresh brand new tree. So let me just go closer and show it to you. Whole tree of the jogole or moringa tree, and this, you can see, it's filled with the seeds that are growing. The tree has actually been covered with the whole seed, and we can just take this the seed itself. I don't know if I'll call it the seed or I don't know what it is, but I'll call it the seed anyway. It's filled with things that people grind it and also use it for making tea. They use it for curing one illness or the other. And this is what the leaf of moringa looks like. You can see this one is already getting yellow, but there is another one right at the other side there that I cut from today. I use it for making tea for my mom. So this is moringa leaf, and or jogole if you know it as jogole. And let me show you like a dry one here. So this one is actually dried, and this one is actually dried. And if I cut this open, this is what the seed of jogole looks like, or moringa looks like. You can see. So people actually buy this, and somehow I remember 5 years ago, 10 years ago, this used to be gold. It used to be really, really expensive. And I'll be like, man, we have this thing in our garden. This is the tree. So the tree of jogole, and you see the way this one fell down. Now once it gets dry and it germinates, it will actually become like a whole new tree. So this is what jogole tree, jogole leaf looks like. And this one, like I said, is already drying up. So I just spotted something that I personally, I use it for fun. I don't know if you ever saw this thing growing up, because I know that somehow this thing is always around school area or kids school area, and we usually play with this. They call it is it open and close or something? I just spotted the plant now, and somehow I'm so excited to go and play with it. Like seriously, I'm so excited to go and play with this. So let me just turn this camera. So this is the plant they call open and close, or I think it's open and close that they call it. And if I touch it, it's going to close. Some people said that it's medicinal. I don't know. People use it for agbo. I've seen 1 or 2 people use it for agbo. But this is the plant. I don't know. Tell me in the comment section if you've seen this plant, if you've ever played with it. If I touch it, it should close. Can you see it? If I touch this one, it will close. Can you see it? You see the way it's closing up? See, it's closing up. Can you see? Let me show you another one, because this is cool. I'm probably going to spend a lot of time on this thing until I finish closing up every one of them. Okay, so this one is close to me. You can see how open it is right now. If I touch it, see, it's already closed. So when we were in primary school, I remember then we'd spend a lot of time on somebody's garden or on the road. It's always by the roadside, not even someone's garden, by the roadside. We usually have this plant, so we'd be touching it, and it has a lot of spikes on the body. You can see it has a lot of spikes in the body, and I know growing up we call it chuku chuku. So let me know, have you seen this open and closed plant? Did you have you ever seen it? Do you have any name you call it other than open and closed? But it's open and closed, I think. I can't remember that we normally call it. So can you see how it's closing up nicely? See, and see this one as well. If I touch it, see, this is just closed up. All right, so let me show you another thing that we have on the farm here that It's very popular. You might know it, you might have seen it, you might have been using it, but is something that I really like so much. I really, really love it so much. I like it because of the aroma. I don't know, it has of course its own like medicinal function or medicine or something that it does, but what I love about it the most, and the most of it, is because of the lemongrass smell that it gives to my tea. So I love lemongrass, and lemongrass is very, very essential if you're making herbs for malaria, or they call it, or agbo generally. So we have one lemongrass here that I'll be showing you, and beside it here I just spotted this plant that they normally use for treating diabetes, diabetics, diabetic patients. I don't know how that is pronounced. Anyway, so let me show it to you here, and here it is. So this is lemongrass, and I tried growing this one in a pot in Abuja, but I don't know, I'm not just lucky with it. My friend has it in her house, but I personally am not lucky with it. I love the smell of oh god, I love the smell of lemongrass, and lemongrass is considered to be very medicinal. Lemongrass is considered to be very, 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 very medicinal. But what I love about it the most, for me, like I said, is for tea. I love it in my tea. So tell me, have you ever used lemongrass for making tea? Do you like it? Let me know in the comment section. So the next thing I want to be showing you, I don't know the English name, but they call it ejiri in Yoruba. Like I said, they use it for treating diabetic patients. My cousin, yes, I don't know, my second cousin has diabetic. His family side, it has the father's side has diabetic. I don't know, please pardon me, but they come to our place here all the way from Ikeja, and he's very, very, very far from here. So they come to our place to come and get these plants in like 2 big sack, and we don't grow this thing, like we don't plant it, never ever ever planted. But these things, they just grew on their own. Even this lemongrass, I'm very, very certain nobody planted this thing here, it just grew on its own. So let me show you the plants they call ejiri, and if you know another name for it, please let me know in the comment section. Like, I'm seeing a lot of herbs on this I'm seeing a lot of herbs on this garden, and I'm so excited. They're even so they're too much, but I'll show you the ones that I can. Let me just turn this here. Okay, so this is a plant they call ejiri, if you've never seen it before. And let me just show you like up close and personal. It has one very funny smell. I don't know if I should call it smell or aroma or something, like weed, like not weed as in weed, but like grass. It has one funny smell like that, but it's very, very powerful, like very, very powerful. I know many people that it has worked for, like a lot of people that it has worked for, and these things just grew on their own. Nobody knows about them. I won't say nobody, but a lot of people don't know about them. A lot of people don't know like the power that these plants they have. So have you ever used ejiri? Have you seen it? Have you heard of it? Is this the first time you're hearing it? Africa holds a lot of power that a lot of us don't know. Like, a lot of us don't know. If you know about it, you'll be like, wow. Anyway, so this one is the ejiri. So I don't know the English name. I don't have an idea of what the English name is, but in Yoruba we call it ejiri. So I've always known it as ejiri. So this is ejiri if you have never seen ejiri before. So I just spotted another plant here that they also combine with this one here. I'll be showing you. This one is, but it's not common, but I see it around here, but I'll be showing it to you right now. Okay, so this is the plant I was talking about. This one, they mix this one with the ejiri. It's also used for treating diabetic patients. I don't know, have you seen this before? Is this all strange to you? Anyways, this is really, really medicinal, very medicinal, super medicinal for treating diabetic patients. Let me know in the comment section if you have seen this. And the truth of the matter is, I don't even know what this is called. I don't know the Yoruba name, I don't know the Hausa name or the English name. I don't have any idea what they call this, but I know that it is being used for treating diabetic patients. And how I know that it works is that my cousins, they used it and it did work for them. I don't know for other people. And here I can see aloe vera right beside me here. This one is not well taken care of at all. In fact, it's looking all abandoned, But this is aloe vera. If you've never seen aloe vera is very, very, very good for. They use aloe vera for hair, they use it for skin, and they use this one even culinary wise. I remember in the kitchen, one of my Turkish chefs like that use this for making soup. They would peel the skin off and they use this for making soup. So, and of course, I know that there are some that are poisonous, or there are some, they have different species of aloe vera. But I just wanted to show you. Down with the farm or the garden vlog, and I'll show you other things that we do around. And my dad has always loved animals like chicken and goats, so we're always having chicken in the house, and my dad would be like, let's kill one chicken and drink garri now. So we usually kill chicken. My dad would get the chicken, kill it down. I'm the one in charge of cooking it, and my dad and I would just sit down and gist over chicken and garri, and it used to be really, really fun then. Like, I miss growing up. Why did I grow up so fast? Okay, so right now we have like chicken, we have turkey, we have ram. Ram is usually what my dad is actually in charge of, the one taking care of the ram, because during Salah they'll just take 1 or 2 of it and kill for Salah. So it's usually fun, really fun. Not taking care of the ram, but it's usually fun when it's Salah time, because they'll kill ram, they'll kill chicken or turkey, because we used to have a lot of family over. So you can see the chicken. You can see the chicken over there. Yep. I think there are just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them here. And there are other ones outside. There are like other free ones outside. I'll show you guys. But these ones are the ones that they're just taking care of for emergency eating. So that's it. The thing I get to enjoy as well when I come to my parents' home is catfish. So my mom gets like some pieces, maybe up to like 100, 150 into this drum here, and then she'll feed them until they are this big or a little bit bigger. Some of them she'll dry them, and then the other ones she'll leave them in this pond and keep feeding them. So we can eat like pepper soup, imoyo, that's that fresh fish stew using catfish. And you can see how nicely they are growing. I don't know, I hope they are not big enough so I can't actually eat any pepper soup as I'm at home these few days. But really, I used to enjoy eating pepper soup. We just come, carry one fish, kill it, and then we make pepper soup. If I try feeding them, you see, let me go and get food and try feeding them. You see how all of them would be struggling to eat. Just a second. Okay, so this is enough for them. Are you guys okay? Say yes or no. Okay, they didn't answer me. They are very rude, so I'm not going to give them any food again. So we leave bowls just like this around, and you can see how many of them have actually come to this spot to drink water. And can you see the skin of this chicken? Like, what cream are you using? Eh? Chicken, what cream are you using? See, this one is coming to do pride, man. If I kick you. This guy here is the one that comes to take care of the ram, and this is the ram here. Okay guys, if you guys like today's video, don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe. Please kindly subscribe. Please kindly subscribe. Thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.